Jamie Lee Curtis got her start in the 1978 horror movie Halloween, and her career has been in high-flying mode ever since. From memorable roles in movies like A Fish Called Wanda and Trading Places, to more recent fare like Rian Johnson's Knives Out, she has remained a consistent cinematic presence and even has a side career as a children's book author. That's right, Jamie Lee Curtis has written over a dozen books for HarperCollins publishers for young children. She's the daughter of two very famous movie stars, and as you might have guessed from the title of this video, she has Jewish ancestry. It's along her father, Tony Curtis's line. And believe it or not, Tony Curtis didn't always go by the name Tony or the surname Curtis. I'm Yona Paley, and I believe genealogy is fun. And on today's episode, we'll be tracing Jamie Lee Curtis's paternal ancestral line to northeastern Hungary, where her family came from. She was born in 1958 in Santa Monica, California, to Janet Leigh and Tony Curtis. And if you've seen even a small number of old films, you've probably seen each of them in at least something. Janet Leigh is most famous for her performance in Psycho, but she has also been in some other great films like The Manchurian Candidate and Touch of Evil. Tony Curtis was just as much of a match in the acting department. He crushed it in roles like Sweet Smell of Success and Some Like It Hot, and was even nominated for an Oscar for The Defiant Ones. Tony Curtis was born Bernard Schwartz in 1925. His parents, Manuel Schwartz and Helen Klein, were both immigrants from Hungary. And in fact, on Manuel's petition for naturalization, it lists Bernard under his Hungarian name, which is Bernak. Manuel was a tailor who, according to one of his son's gravestones, had the Hebrew name Shmuel Menachem. He sailed to the United States in 1921 aboard the SS Mount Clay, arriving with a few of his sisters as well as his mother and grandmother. Manuel's brother, Arthur, as well as their father, Victor Schwartz, had arrived to the United States a whopping 8.5 years earlier. And 9 years before that, Victor had taken a 1903 trip to the US as a merchant. Now, what he was doing there in 1903, I don't know. But the name of the town listed on all of the manifests is consistent. The Schwartz family came from Mateszalka, a town in the Szabolcs-Szatmár-Bereg region of northeastern Hungary. Back in June of this year, Jamie Lee Curtis actually announced a plan to build a museum in Mateszalka, down the street from the synagogue where her family used to worship. So it's clear that she actually knows a decent amount about her family's history back in Hungary. And it's really, really cool to see celebrities getting involved with their family's history. Now, getting back to Victor, his Social Security death index lists his parents as being Sam Schwartz and Barbara Engel. And thanks to the incredible wealth of records available on JewishGen, I was able to not only find Victor's 1874 birth record, but the birth record of many of his siblings. And by the time I finished going through all of the available indexes, it turns out that Victor had at least 9 other siblings. Between the years of 1852 and 1895, Samuel Schwartz and Borbala Engel had, Eugenie, Rosalia, Ignaz, Sandor, Hermina, Pepe, Herman, Victor, Armin, and Bella Schwartz. So quite a big family. Given that Schwartz is a really common Jewish last name, I have not been able to figure out exactly when Samuel was born, since there are more than one Samuel Schwartzes listed for the town of Mateszalka. But given that his oldest daughter seems to have been born around 1852, that means that Samuel was most likely born sometime in the late 1820s to early 1830s. And that wraps up this video. From an immigrant family in the 20th century came two incredible movie stars. If you liked it, please be sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'm always looking forward to bringing you more videos about famous Jews, as well as tips and tricks that you can use in your own genealogy research. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.